welcome back to another video on Influential Sports. And in this video, I'm going to be recapping the college football championship that took place Monday night. It started off, it was Ohio State and Notre Dame going into the game. Both of these, with the new format, if the new format didn't exist, then these teams wouldn't have been in the playoffs, which is crazy to think about. So it's safe to say that the 12-team format was a success in the first year. It started off with a Riley Leonard touchdown. They had an 18-play, 9-minute drive, went down the field, 75 yards. And Notre Dame, they threw the first punch, ended up taking the lead, 7-0. Then the rest of the first half, it just belonged to Ohio State. Next drive, Judkins capped it off with a touchdown. And then they, like I said, Ohio State had a few touchdowns after that. Notre Dame, after that first play, didn't do much anything on offense. Quinshon Judkins was going off in the first half. He had a good game overall. Like I said, Notre Dame, they had to punt again. Judkins had a receiving touchdown and a rushing touchdown at this point. Ohio State was up 21-7. And then by halftime, it was 21-7 at halftime. That was the largest that Notre Dame had trailed at any half this entire season. And they just looked out of it this game. They had only gave up 300 yards a game, if I'm not mistaken. Then by the beginning of the third quarter, Ohio State already had 300 yards, so they well exceeded what Notre Dame usually gives up. Then to open up the first half, Judkins got another touchdown to put Ohio State up 28-7. Then, like I said, Notre Dame still isn't doing nothing much in the third quarter. And then Ohio State, they end up getting down the field, and they finally get a stop. Notre Dame finally gets a stop again, and it's 31-7. It was the first time that they did something defensively in a while, because they gave up 31 straight points at that time. But then Riley Leonard, he ended up taking a terrible sack on a 2nd and 8 that led to, it was an 11-yard loss. But on the next play, got the ball to Jaden Greathouse for a touchdown. Then they had a 2-point try, which ended up being good to make it 15-31. And then Notre Dame started to make a bit of a comeback. They were only down 16. They forced Emeka Egbuka to fumble. And they ended up recovering the fumble, drove down the field, but they missed the field goal. And that field goal miss was super important, because you're probably thinking, well, maybe they should go for the touchdown. With the way the things was going, it made sense for them to go for the field goal at that time. Could have got the lead down a little bit. Could have got it down to 13, but he ended up missing it, which hurt them a lot. And then there was a lot of flags in the fourth quarter. I did not see that. It was not that many flags in the first through third quarters, but in the fourth quarter, it was a lot of flags. And then after that missed field goal, Ohio State ended up having to punt. So with 6 minutes left, and that was the first time they punted all game. So with 6 minutes left, Riley Leonard got the ball again. Then he ended up getting to Jaden Greathouse for a second touchdown. The 2-point try was good. Once again, it's 23-31. And now they're only down 8. Could have been down 5 if they made the field goal. And now the game's getting interesting. You're thinking, well, maybe Notre Dame can. And they're on the verge of making a comeback. But then what happens was it's a second or third down. Jeremiah Smith, he hadn't did nothing since the first quarter at this point. He had a great first quarter. Didn't do much of anything throughout the second through fourth quarters. But then at this mark, it's like 3 minutes left. He gets wide open. He gets one-on-one with number 29 on Notre Dame. Gets a first down. Get them a first and goal. And it was kind of weird, because they ran Notre Dame ran a blitz, and then that left Jeremiah Smith one-on-one. And Jeremiah Smith is the best receiver in the nation, so you leave him one-on-one with anybody, he's making that catch. So he gets that catch, and then they end up making a field goal to go 34-23. And at this point, it's over. Notre Dame still trying to run plays. Like, y'all done lost already. And that was actually super close on my prediction. I said Ohio State would win 35-24, but it was 34-23, and it was a pretty entertaining game. It was a blowout for most of it, but it was definitely interesting throughout. Glad I didn't click off of it, because it had potential for a comeback, and it actually ended up being closer than what it was. Will Howard finished 17-21, 231 yards, had 2 touchdowns. Also had 16 carries, 100 yards, and 2 touchdowns. No, he had 16 carries and 57 yards. Quinshon Judkins, he had 11 carries, 100 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Then Jeremiah Smith, 5 catches, 88 yards, and a touchdown. which he had got early in the game in the first quarter. So, like, Ohio State had a really good game. I knew with that big three, it was going to be hard for Notre Dame to stop them. Then Riley Leonard, he was 22 of 31, 255 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, but he did take a few bad sacks and had some bad plays. Jaden Greathouse, 6 catches, 128 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like I said, pretty entertaining game. Make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and congratulations to Ohio State winning the college football championship this year. And we'll see what happens next year. Peace.